We are going to do a Gixxer 1000. So this bike now, no traction control, but it does have ABS, so it's getting up there where we want it to be technologically. This will be right. It is on. That's what they say. It is on. It is on. It is on, baby. Much more aggressive riding position, as we expected. Hopefully my panties will not be too much of a bunch. Ah, look at that solid dunk in first gear. We like it. Yep. Alright, go. Up. More people more often? More cruisers? Cruisers and sport bikes, good stuff. Thank you. Alright, let's see what this bad boy's like. Oh, God, I love that throttle response. I love it. Oh. Just a slight twitch of the throttle. Oh, this is so much better than those fucking wussy S300s. Just requires a slight crack of the throttle, a slight release of the clutch, and zing, you're ready to go. Good balance. This thing has ABS, man. This might be pulling me into another bike in the next year. And one thing, the bars are much closer together than my bike, and a little bit lower. No, they're substantially lower than on my bike. Much more aggressive position. But it's not really. It's not like you're bent over. It's just that the bars are closer to you, to your hips. So you have a much tighter rider triangle. Not necessarily a longer, more pulled out one. It's not like you got a lot of weight way out on your hands. More like you're just right in there. Made for a much, I would say, a shorter rider than I am, for sure. Oh, there's a little bit of a clutch load. But it still has a wire clutch, cable clutch. Well, now. This guy's riding a Bergman. Let's see if we can stay up with him. Hey, Xert. Yes. The throttle has not gotten worse. They have not fucked it up like Yamaha did. The FZ1. Suzuki, I swear to God, the thing about Suzuki you gotta like about them is they don't over-engineer their bikes. They don't over-change them. They got a good bike. They don't fuck it up. And there's mild, slight changes, evolutionary changes. Now, sure, inside the engine is probably vastly different, you know, when they redo it. The forged pistons and all this kind of shit. The guy just jumped in the middle of our ride. It's like, I want to go, so I'm going. Fuck you, assholes. Listen to that. Listen to those throttles, man. Oh, this thing is beautiful. Beautiful. Restrained, yet like a big cat. That kicked him out of a ride. Yeah. Go up there in your damn Nikes. No gloves. I gotta be careful my pants are catching on my pegs. Of course he's running rich and filling the air full of shit. Damn flathead. So yeah, take that ride when if you come up to Johnstown, take that road back out of town down to 57. It's awesome. Big. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Did you feel that? 5,000 RPM. Woo! Sweet. It's like taking a nice bath on a hot day. You come in all hot and sweaty. Oh, baby. I have to ride that damn 300 R3. Who complains about leader bikes, man? Seriously, who complains? Who complains about a 450-pound bike that has 175 horsepower and in 65 foot-pounds of torque? Who complains about that but a fucking puss? That's the basic issue. That's what bikes should have. Look at this guy. Let's see this. All right, now. Excuse me, young man. Sir. Hello. Are we riding a demo ride or are we having a gymnastics exhibition? Can't put up with that kind of shit. When he started weaving into the damn parking line, that was enough of that. You can sit back there and do that shit all day long, as long as he's behind me. It never fails. You go out on a demo ride, there's gonna be some asshole doing stupid shit on a bike. And you simply have to get that shit behind you so you can focus on your ride. You're riding a strange bike in a strange town. Don't have time to deal with some dickweed who's weaving all over the road. Enough to get back without dropping the damn bike. Seriously. They can do that shit all day long. All I want to do is get back in one piece. Man, I swear to God, and when you're riding something like this, you do not have room for error. You don't have time to fuck around. This one seems to be a little better fueled than the one I rode last year, for sure. Which was a little soft. It just makes you wonder how much this bike needs TC. That's the issue. Because it has the ABS now. Now you gotta wonder, does it need TC or not? I say no. I forgot to even check what mode I'm in. Do that real quick. But it can't be in B mode, that's for sure. If I switch the mode while I'm riding. This is A mode. There's mode, but that's gear. I can't tell what mode it's in. I won't shift while it's riding. Pretty sure it's... Okay, yeah, the A mode is below the gear. It's an A mode. This is good. For the 4,500 RPMs at 40 miles an hour, and with like a quarter turn of the throttle at most. What do you complain about? Seriously, why don't you go fucking cut off one of your testicles? How is that too much power? Seriously. Now, if I was riding it in first gear, and I did that, no, drop that cat down in there. It still wouldn't do anything ridiculous. Let's see, I'm adjusting her 5 now. All right, so it's a 6. See, mild corner turn throttle, not gonna get you killed. But definitely has some balls. But it's, you know, a little high. We'll shift it into second gear, where there's still plenty of acceleration on hand. No need to sweat it, no need to worry. Just taking my time, man. I don't really have no desire to go down on this bike, and we're just gonna take it easy. Let Mr. Bergman ride us around. There are times and places to accelerate. You've got to know where they are, where not to accelerate. You go into these corners, blind corners, you just want to get the bike around the corner, come out of the corner. Kick it up, ease up before you get to the corner. Cruise into the corner gently, not too fast. We've got a little GSX-R, so you want to get around this corner, blind corner, uphill. Get up on the outside, see how he's riding on the outside. Get your counter steering right, just get your lean angle right, just kind of cruise around. Get the bike around the corner, then worry about accelerating. Brake going into the corner, bring your speed down, keep your separation up. Run it around, stay to the inside, get to the corner, get out. You're not trying to go fast, but you're just trying to ride with good form. You want good separation. Keep your corner speeds under control, your lean angles under control. Work on that handlebar, counter steering, body language, leaning into the corners, and above all, not getting surprised by anything in the middle of the turn. Above all, you don't want to get stroked by something in the middle of the corner. You want to keep the bike as upright as reasonably possible. That's why, yes, it's why we keep our distance, just like that. No signal. Suddenly come around the corner and there's a fucking truck. Always, always better to wait until you can see before you start worrying about rolling on the throttle. Never go flying into those corners fucking fast. You never know what's going to be on the middle of that corner or on the back side of that corner. Just like that, we're done. See how much quicker that was? How much easier, faster, and smoother that was? Didn't have to worry about having enough power. Didn't have to worry about riding it too fast into the corners. Didn't panic. Enjoyed the ride. And above all, we didn't have to worry about some asshole in front of us. Is it going to block it? Okay. Now see, he's riding a Bergman. No problem keeping up with him. No problem whatsoever. That's fine. We're not trying to beat him by 28 seconds on our first lap, you know? We're just trying to get back to one piece. Down here, get your lean angle, get the corner right, settle up. Nice and smooth. Pick it up a little bit here. This corner is going to be a little faster than we want it to be. Then it's got another corner right behind it. I see lots of gravel on the road. Taking our time coming here. We don't want to lose the front right there. We came around that corner, roughly twice the speed limit right there. I'll just say that, roughly twice. See, Mr. Bergman is leaving us. I'm just taking my time, man. I don't want to be surprised in any of these corners. Up, getting a little close, back off. Now this is a tight corner here. Again, I have the tendency to push with my right hand. I've got to fight that. Bad tendency, just out of practice. Shift my weight, pull with my left hand, and stay out of that gravel to the right, left. Here we go, stay behind that front tire. Roll it down. One of the big things you have to watch out for when you roll out of corners is getting a little out of sorts, not quite set in the bike, not quite square, and then like having to take another 2 or 3 seconds to slow down when you really should be slowing down. Yep. See, I got high on that one. Got high on the bike that time. That was not good. You have to use that left hand a little bit more than you think you ought to. Ease down, brake, come down straight, get out of the gravel, up behind the sky. Beautiful control. All about control, all the time. Staying in control, staying in control, staying in control. Not letting the bike get away from you. Controlling the ride, not letting the bike or the speed or your ego or the road control the ride. You control the ride. It's all about you controlling the ride. And on this bike, because you have a significantly more middleweight mass in the middle of the frame and steering damper, it's a lot harder to steer into the turn, but there's still a tendency to get a little sloppy because you're really kind of controlling that right hand. You have to be much more active with your left hand than with your right hand. You have to do your pulling and pushing with your left hand and control the throttle with your right. And due to the fact that the bars are lower than on my bike, I have more weight on my hands, I'm having a little bit of trouble not steering into the turn with this bike. It takes a little bit more practice to ride than mine does. A little harder to ride. To be a lot better than my bike, honestly. I mean, it's certainly newer, and it's definitely got a decent throttle response. I'm really having a little trouble seeing how it's much better than mine. So we'll be in a minute, and I got one more ride. We're going to ride the FJ6R at about 3:45. Now people say this is where sport bikes become a pain in the ass, is riding them around town. And again, I say how? How is it they become a pain in the ass riding them around town where you're not even really going fast? That's one thing I liked about the Panigale, was riding it slow, because I could didn't have to worry about turning it. And I could just, you know, twist the throttle, wah, 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 wah. It's fun to ride it, you know, slow and straight lines. Now, if you're stopping and going, put your feet down all the time, that's one thing, but you really shouldn't be putting your feet down all the time, because you should have too much trouble riding it slow without putting your feet down. And it's just, the weather's just too nice to complain about the temperature. And this is beautiful riding weather right now. See, look at this. Now we put our feet down. The only thing that I can see this thing becoming a problem now, admittedly, the stiffer shocks are going to become a head case. I mean, they're going to really get to you. And this one isn't really. This one's nicely damped, nice, firm yet supple. Is after you ride for a couple hours on a bike with taunt springs and taunt shocks, and you're leaned over, yeah, it's going to get to you after a while. You're going to start getting one could say, let's say, mild concussion, maybe. You know, if your head gets battered around. And yeah, you do need to stop and get off the bike for a while, because it is going to batter your head a little bit. There's no question about it. But I don't think the bars are as low on this one as they were on the 2005 Gixxer that I rented. I'm sure they were lower. I'm sure my head was down more than this. This is not bad, man. This isn't a bad at all bike. Nice all-around sport bike. It's just a shame that it's only like a grand or two cheaper than, God, I think I ran the shit out of like than the ZX-10R. Some of these other bikes are approaching 16 grand. This one's 20 grand. I saw that truck up there in that lane, and I was like, I'm not going up there behind it. One of the things you got to get in the habit of doing when you're riding a motorcycle is the longer you open that throttle and the more you open it up, the farther down the road you need to look. You got to look way down there. You see he's got his brake lights on now? You want to be watching that guy like on the motorcycle right now that just went around that turn. Because the only thing that's going to save your life when you start riding fast is awareness of what's going on quarter mile ahead of you. Love to shoot it straight up that road right there, man. That is a kick-ass road right there. All the way back down to 56. Alright, let me save some juice for this 6R ride. I might not ride it, I don't know. We'll see what time we get back. It says 20 after whatever time. Anyway, so this is the boring part.